Alright, now that I'm home, try and show you an easy way to do this if you don't want to take it apart. You just need something temporary. This is the old Xbox style connector. Okay. And right here on this row, these are all three your ground. These are all three your positive. Then, if I'm not mistaken, that was 5 volt and that was the COM. But either way, simple thing you can do. Take a piece of solder, kind of twist it into a shape. That will fit snugly into there. Kind of bend it up so that you don't get it down towards the positives. And what this does is when you have the 5 volt to the COM port, it tells the power supply to turn on and actually send 12 volt to these. If these two aren't connected, you'll just have a yellow light on it and it's not going to supply anything. So, jump those two together, and then you have just enough room to take your alligator clips and you can clip onto one of these and one of these. That's going to be your positive, that's going to be your negative. And when I did that, I had no problem charging most of my batteries. One pin was actually enough to supply the power I needed. But if you don't feel like doing that, I went ahead and cut. Oh, where did that go? I went ahead and recut the ends because I'm going to be working on this. I'm actually going to end up doing away with this cord entirely. But basically, again, what you have if you pop that plug, I need to find a better way to do this. This little red wire and this little blue wire, that's your COM and your 5 volt. 5 volt's constantly hot whenever you plug into the wall. If you twist those two wires together, the yellow is your positive, the black is your negative. This will become active when these two are connected. So twist these two together, solder them, doesn't really matter if you're just doing it temporarily like this. You can clip your alligator leads on here, just make sure they don't touch each other. If they do, the power supply's got a protection or whatnot, and it just shuts off. Flashes a little red light, it's no biggie, it's not like you really fried anything. I'm not sure what charger you're running on, but it looked kind of like mine. iMax B6 Mini. And if you supply less than 11 volts or more than 18, it beeps and gives you a warning. Low voltage, usually you won't see the low voltage warning until you start to charge a battery, and then it's like, I can't do it. Or, if you're like my dumbass and you accidentally plug a 20 volt power supply in because you didn't look on the bottom of it, then it beeps at you and tells you overvolt, but there's no magic smoke. Now, important, before you start doing any of this, seeing as you might be using a different supply, 50 watts is what you're looking for. Anything over that is just extra. Not going to hurt anything. Basically, those iMax full size that are AC and DC are, I believe they have a 50 watt power inverter inside of them, and they charge at a max of about 5 amps. So, with a 150 watt, you should have no problem powering that. As I said, it's got a 5 volt, and that's just that tiny little wire I showed you that you connect to the COM port to turn this thing on. Make sure it's outputting between 11 to 18 volts. I'm pretty sure you either have the iMax or a clone, so it's going to probably be 11 to 18 volts. Input, that's just about wherever country you're living in. If you're in the US, 120, anywhere else, that weird 220 fry your ass BS. But that's pretty much all there is to it. There's many cleaner ways. There's someone who showed a video where you can actually mount a switch to wherever you want, and then on this side you can just put like 2 little pins sticking out that are connected on the inside that you can connect your alligator leads to. But these things work great because that is not an ugly power supply. These things have their fan put in them. They've got everything you need to make them work. They're a tiny little footprint, so that's why I decided, and I was desperate. Did not want to try and take apart an old computer for a power supply, so why not? I had it sitting around. So have fun, take some shit apart, see if you can get it working. Most likely you are not going to hurt anything. Can't say that for sure, but at least I know the iMax does have voltage protection, and all it does is it makes this really loud beep that's going to piss off your wife. Maybe drive your dogs nuts, but no magic smoke. These things, same thing. Little red light down here, it'll start blinking red. I know this for a fact because I accidentally connected my 5 volt to the ground before I actually started probing around with my multimeter to check shit. And all it did was turn a little red light. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, it's back to the yellow standby light. Bridge the 2 little pins up at the top, and boom, you're in business. So, that's pretty much all there is to it. And yeah, sorry, just kind of threw this little video together, see if it would help you. But like I said, your plug will probably be a little different, but from what I've seen, all of them have these 2 little areas up at the top here, and that's your 2 that you're going to connect together to make that rail active. Alright, have fun. Hopefully you get your charger going. I'm still waiting on crap for this thing. Thanks, Surveil Zone.